Hello, my star family. How are you guys doing? If you're new here, my name is Petra, and welcome to Rockin' with the Stars. Come on in with our family. Welcome to the Star family. You know we are blessed and highly favored over here, and we're so happy to have you join. So, for Star Show today, let me just go ahead and get into it. I made a few notes myself, and I was just like, I just feel like this time period, in this exact time period, let me tell y'all how I've been feeling. And I feel like that is definitely, star shit. But I just feel like it's been a very reflective period for the collective in a whole, like, as a whole. It's been very much reflective. And I say it's like, I wouldn't say like it's a bad period. I obviously love the reflection period because it's like, you have like those inklings and stuff like that to just look in memories and stuff like that and see how your younger self, what your younger self used to post. And I say that because literally today, I don't even know what made me look at my archives from Instagram. And when I tell you, like, my younger self was cracking me the fuck up. Like, it was so funny. Like, the shit that I used to post, like, it was hilarious. But not only that, like, I saw how, like, I was like, expressing my emotions and stuff like that, and what posts I used to help me like cope. Cause the problem with my younger self when I was younger was that like I was still open and honest. I was still very much authentic with how I felt, but I was masking it in a way through comedy, through things that made me laugh, that would make other people laugh as well. So what ended up happening is that not a lot of people took my younger self serious. So it was to a point where it was just like, okay, people were watching my stories on Instagram. If you don't follow my Instagram, go ahead. It's right down in the description below. Follow me at _ it's Petra. Okay. I love to, meet new friends and all of that or whatever. But let me get back to the topic at hand. So with my younger self, I would literally be posting all these funny things and stuff like that. It was basically my mood. Like I have a whole mood album on my phone, and it will just be like having different short videos of how I feel or how I would feel, in the future, so I can like go back to it and be like, yes, this is exactly how I feel right now, so I can relate. And I know by using those, I was able to help like other people relate to how I'm feeling and stuff like that. But the issue with that was that people were, just looking at my social media, looking at my Instagram story, just as a way to just laugh. They weren't able to take me serious. And like, I know I have different parts of me, like we all have different parts of ourselves, but it's like if people only see you as just jokey and like, like that, it's just like, no, sometimes I want to be serious. And the shit that I went through, like that's matters, some matters were like very serious, to the point where it was just like, I don't need nobody laughing in my face if I'm telling them the story, of what happened to me. So that's why I say it was such a reflective period, because I forgot what the shift. I think after 2021, like when 2021 was slowly ending, because that's when I had like my major spiritual awakening during that time, and it was so fucking tough. It was so tough. I was just like, yeah, nah. Like during that period, I lost everybody I considered a friend. I ended up in a mental hospital, which I'm going to talk about later on. And it's not that it's a sore subject anymore, but I'll get right into all of that in the future, But it was just a lot, like, and it was like that period happened because it wanted me, like the divine wanted me to sit down and actually reflect on the people I was keeping close to me. And that's why stuff like that happens. Like that's why your spiritual awakening comes, or like, you can call it divine intervention, because essentially that's what it is. It's to literally like, it's to literally teach you a lesson, and to make you understand why some people should not be in your energy, and why others you should be, gravitating towards those people who actually pour into you and stuff like that. So, just looking at my memories, I was seeing all of it. I was seeing the ups and the downs. I was seeing like the points where I was just like, I used to say like, bitch, I'm broke. Like, I'm waiting on my stimulus check, stuff like that. And I would just make a joke out of everything. But that was one of the hardest years I had to overcome. That 2021, like, that was one of the hardest years I had to overcome. And I can see, like, looking at how the things that I post now, like, obviously I can still be funny and stuff like that, but in this period I was just like, no, like, I need to be very, very more like intentional about the things that I put out there, because I used to be saying some shit when I was younger. I used to be like, oh, this is why I hate people. Like, I was just like, saying all these negative things and just like, masking it in comedy and stuff, which I love to make people laugh still, but it's just like, I'm gonna make you laugh. We can laugh, kiki, ha ha ha, or whatever. But at the end of the day, like, you still have to know me at my core. You have to take me serious, because it's not all, everything is not always happy, fun. This is funny, no, like, some real shit be happening in life. And it was at a period where I was just like, yeah, nah, like, people not taking me serious. So, you know what? Scratch this shit. Like, let me take a break, like, off of social media. Let me actually sit with myself and sit with these emotions, because, 2020 happened. And I was like, COVID and all of these things. So it was so many different things placed by the universe for us to sit and reflect and sit with ourselves and understand what kind of emotions are going on. What are we coping with? What are the things that we are masking? And we were literally forced to sit in a room with ourselves to understand those things and learn about those things as well. And just me looking back at it, I was just like, oh my goodness, like, obviously, like, the retrograde is still going on. So that's why we're very much, nostalgic, and we're looking in the past or whatever. But I even had to tell myself, I was like, okay, you can look in the past, but you don't need to, like, stay there, because at the end of the day, like, yes, it was funny, but like, a lot of my emotions were masked in it being funny, So yeah, like, and I was just like, I had a reflective moment just now, because I went outside in my backyard, and I was just like writing about, like, my present self and how I feel and how much growth I've had. And I was just thankful to my younger self for, like, for taking the necessary actions, for taking all the necessary steps that she did, because it brought me to where I am now. And like, with my present self now, like, I'm so intentional about the things that I post, the things that I put out there, because I know, like, it is definitely gonna come back to me. And looking at the things that I posted in the past, I see how a lot of my manifestations, good and bad, did come into fruition. So I'm just so grateful for, like, learning from my younger self, and also just like, it helped my present self in order to, like, understand the challenges that, my younger self wasn't able to see at the time. And now I'm able to see that now, and I'm like, yeah, like, I'm making better decisions. I'm, like, still funny, but I'm also putting, like, very much consciously, like, positive things out there. Because all of that matters. Like, the things that we post, as you can see, I went back into archives, back all the way to 2018, 19, and it's just like, none of that shit goes away. And it's just like the universe. Like, what you put out there, it doesn't go away. When you leave this earth, you're going to have a whole, like, a life review about everything that you've said, everything that you've done and stuff. So it's like, none of that shit goes away. And I just found that, like, very, very, like, I love that I was having this reflection period now, because I know, like, y'all have already heard me talk about this trip, and I feel like that's why I'm having this reflective period right now, because I know once I end up at this trip, like, that's going to be such a transformational thing, and I'm going to come back a whole different person. Like, during these past few days, I took a walk to the park that I usually always go to like, ground myself and stuff. And that walk, it was a great walk, but it felt like it will be one of my last few walks to that park, because I know things will begin to start changing. And I was just like taking everything into consideration, just viewing everything all around me and stuff like that, looking at all the minute details and stuff. And just so I won't forget, like, my surroundings and forget how I felt in that moment. Like, I really felt like this is going to be one of those, like, this is like me saying goodbye in a sense, like, you know, because I know come 2023, like, I'm going to be in a new space. I'm going to be in a new place. Like, I just feel that, and I feel that it is coming. So I feel like for y'all, like, y'all should definitely treat this period as a time of reflection, you know, like, look at your old self, like, look at your archives, look at the things that you used to post, and see how, like, how you've changed. Because sometimes we forget to give ourselves flowers for the things that we've overcame. And I just feel like it's such an important thing to do, because sometimes we can be on go, 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 and going through the motions and flowing through the motions and going through life without taking a step back and just be like, oh shoot, like, this is what I asked for and I did get it, and I wasn't able to stay in the present and actually be thankful for the things that I'm getting into this reality. So I just feel like it's so, so important to do that. And not only that, like, I've been seeing like a whole bunch of dragonflies. Like, it's been a lot of dragonflies. Y'all already know how much, you know, dragonflies mean to me spiritually and stuff. Like, it's so many dragonflies, butterflies, birds, like, they all mean so much to me. But I've been seeing a lot of dragonflies recently. And if you don't know, like, dragonflies spiritually means like you're in the process of transition, like your transitional period, like it's transformation, you know, like big changes will be happening. And that all ties into what I've just told you guys. Like, I've been feeling that way within, like, okay, yeah, these things are gonna start happening. I'm gonna meet the people that I need to be meeting to guide me to my next like, not next life, but my next, you know, journey, like the next paths I'm supposed to be taking. I'm gonna start to meet those people. So when that happens, obviously these things, these old junk that you kept with you this whole time, these old packages, these old luggages, they can't come with you. They have to be left behind. So that's why, in a sense, like, I've been seeing that. And yeah, definitely look up the meaning of dragonflies for you. Like, if you've been seeing that in your life, and just take note of how you're feeling in that moment when you do see these dragonflies. Like, I've been seeing especially two dragonflies attached together, like, you know, flying. And I'm like, oh, it just gave me like, okay, I'm gonna look it up. I haven't looked it up yet, but I feel like intuitively, it's just like, I know I'm gonna be meeting my person soon, which I've already talked about, like kingdom partnerships, kingdom spouses, you know, like, I know I'm really, really close into, like, to meeting my forever person. And just seeing that, like, I seen that 2 days in a row now, like, because I walked to the park yesterday, and on my way home, like, I saw two dragonflies attached to each other. And even in the backyard just now, I saw that as well. So I was just like, that is so freaking beautiful. I'm going to take everything I'm feeling in this moment and just write in my journal. And just so, like, for my future self, like, when she's having a hard time, or like she's trying to overcome an obstacle, she's able to, like, look back at my present self now, and it helps her for whatever challenge that she may be going through. Because I wrote it in my journal. I was like, I'm so grateful for my younger self, and I'm grateful for my present self now, and I'm so grateful for my future self for continuing to grow and learn and just evolve into such a beautiful, you know, embodiment of divine feminine, you know, energy. And just balance of both masculine and divine feminine energy. So yeah, like, I've just been very, very grateful. Like, I still don't know what's to come. Like, I'm still in the dark, and you know, I don't even have, like, dreams about my higher self either. Like, my life, I haven't had any dreams, or not that I even remember. But I know, like, I'm kept in the dark for a reason. Like, it's gonna be something that is beyond my grasp, like, beyond something I can't even grasp into this physical plane. So I'm just so, so grateful for that. And I also wanted to touch on, like, just how we are in this process of expansion. You know, we are in that space where the universe, the divine wants us to look at the areas that need expanding. You know, like Jupiter is the topic of a lot of, you know, astrologies that are talking about, and Jupiter is in the planet of expansion, and they said that it's going to be in Aries. So Aries is literally like taking action. You know, I have my Aries soul sister, and she's all about like, you know, taking action, doing what needs to be done. So it's going to shed light on the areas that you need to start taking a lot more action, and start, you know, doing the things that you need to do in order to reach your higher self, like reach that period where your higher self is currently experiencing right now. So I found that like really, really good. And not only that, I've been watching T and Coco. I don't know if y'all know, like I freaking love Terrell. If you don't know, follow him like in the Terrell show, and Coco Jones. Like I love their friendship. Like I feel like, because watching the Terrell show, and finally seeing like the beginning of the start of their friendship, it just is so freaking magical. So now like they're in business together, and it's so beautiful. And they just posted an episode yesterday, and I watched it, and I got so many downloads about that. And if you don't know, like just look at the Terrell show, you're gonna see T and Coco. Like it's so cute. But in this episode, they didn't even know what they were heading into. They had to, the producers had set something up for them. And what they set up for them is to skydive off of a plane. And so, like, it was so funny. It was so funny because they was like, Black people do not jump out of planes. You know, they were saying all of this. It was like, oh no, like I cannot do this. Like, I'm scared. Like, no, like this is y'all asking for too much if y'all want us to jump out of a plane. And it's so crazy because we're stuck in like our old selves. Like our old self would never do this, you know, like my younger self would never do this or whatever. But it's just like in this period, it's like you're a brand new you. Like you still have so many things to do in this lifetime. So it's like, stop thinking about like what your old self would never do or what your old self would do. You know, it's not about that. They ended up jumping out of the plane, but Terrell, it took him like the first time he went up there and he was just like, oh nah, like I'm having a panic attack. I can't do it. It wasn't until like he talked to the person who was filming him, and he was just like, so how do you feel right now? Like, are you disappointed that you couldn't do it or whatever? And he was just like, yeah, I just felt like you just have to have a lot of confidence, and you have to have a lot of faith. And when he said faith, I could see it in his eyes that it clicked. And he was just like, wait, like I do have a lot of faith. I do have a lot of faith in God, and trust that I will be okay, that I'm actually covered. So when he spoke that shit out loud, he was just like, I can't keep telling people that, you know, to have faith, to trust in God, and I'm like allowing fear to take control of me, you know, to not allow me to like go up here and face my fears. You know, that would be fear winning. And if I believe that I'm somebody who has faith, that I'm divinely guided, I'm protected, why would I allow fear to win? That's being a hypocrite, you know? So that's how he was saying. And he was just like, yeah, nah, that's okay. Like, I want to do it again. And so he got up there and he did it. And I was just so happy. I was clapping for him. I was so inspired by that because it was such a beautiful moment. You saw him at his weakness, but then you saw him like when he overcame something that not a lot of people can do or have done. Like, I haven't jumped out of a plane, but I was just like, yes, like people need to see that. It's not always, you know, ha ha, he, funny. And even just bringing up Terrell, because like if you watch his show, he is so funny. Like his energy, he just has great, good energy. And I was just like, yes, like I absolutely love him and everything that he stands for, everything that his channel stands for, or whatnot. And just seeing how like he was legit, like he was so serious. He was like, no, get me off of this plane. Like I've never seen Terrell, you know, that, you know, serious, like, you know, and that was real raw emotions. Even Coco was like that, and she was like, I've never seen Terrell like that, but you know, I support you, whatever. Because even through her, like, she was like, really, Terrell? And he was like, yes, I'm for real. And she was still supporting him. It's that kind of friendship where, you know, they still love you through your good moments, through your bad moments, through your tough moments and stuff like that. And I thought that was so, so beautiful. And it just gave me like that it gave me this message because it was just like my last video was about faith, and I feel like a lot of people are lacking in faith, and I felt like even when I was writing in my journal, I was just like, I started like my hands started sweating, and usually when my hands start sweating, that's like nerves and stuff like that, and I was like, where is this come from? But that's when I remembered about that, him jumping off a plane, and then me about to be on a plane, and I'm like, nah, like I already talked about that feeling that you feel right before execution, right before you gotta do it, that's what comes up, you know. But it's like you still gotta take it. That's why fear comes. It's like, yeah, like that's not your ego talking. It's just like, bitch, you never done this before, so go ahead and do it. And so that's why I'm like, I'm just so proud of Terrell. I'm proud of Coco for doing that. And it just gave me like that confidence as well, which I already knew, like I'm good. Like I already told y'all like time and time again, like I know I'm protected. I know I'm covered, and I'm ready to like get on this plane for the first time, and I'm fucking excited. Like I know this is going to be a beginning. Like my old younger Petra, my old self, like she's never been on a plane. She's never even thought of even getting, well, she's thought of getting on a plane, but she never had any opportunities come her way to give her that chance to get on a plane. So now that I'm receiving this opportunity, it's just like, yeah, like I'm getting on this plane, and when I get off of it safely, because I am covered, that's going to be the first in many. Like I know I'm going to be traveling the world. I know I want to see things, and that's just the beginning. So this is the beginning of my origin story, and I'm glad that you guys are watching this, you know, slowly evolve. Like I'm slow, like I see it even in my channel. Like I'm watching my baby grow. Like literally I just saw my channel like shoot up to like 31 views, and I was like, oh my goodness, like it might not mean a lot to y'all like who are like, you know, popping like that right now, but I was just like, oh my goodness, I had to like take a screenshot just so I can remember this moment and see just how like beautiful it was to see it grow from, you know, 25 views to down to 7 to 8 to 7 views and stuff like that, and now it just shot up. So it's just like it's going to continue to grow and grow and grow. So yeah, like, and for y'all, like, for y'all don't think that y'all can do that, like, put yourself out there and just like trust, have faith and trust in God that, you know, everything will work out how it's supposed to work out. They came down safely. Like I'm gonna go on that plane and I'm gonna come down safely because I know it. Like I'm supposed to do something in this world, you know. I'm supposed to help people in this world, and my job is not done yet. Like I have a mission to complete here. So yeah, so to take away from that, just have a bigger confidence and a strong faith that you will be able to do whatever you put your mind to, and that's just period. So yeah, I hope that gave y'all the confidence that y'all needed. Definitely check out that Tea and Coco video. It was so freaking beautiful. It was their first video to start the season 2, and I'm glad that they did something so out of the box and something that they didn't even think they were able to conquer, because that just it's the stone for so many other things and grandiose things that they will be doing in the future. So I'm just proud of them because it's literally a new you. It's a redefining of you. You know, like me taking my old self into consideration, and I'm looking at my present self, and I take a little bit of what I've learned from her, and I'm gonna continue to like grow, and that will give more things for my higher self to learn from me. So it's like, it's just so beautiful how everything works, and I'm just so proud to be on this journey, and I'm so proud to have new people come along my journey and to watch this evolution, because I'm so grateful for all of you guys, all the new people. Like it was a one time where a new person, a new subscriber commented on my post, and I was just like, oh my goodness, because before it was just my soul sisters, my friends, but just seeing that one, it was just like, it was, and I said it in my head, I was like, I want to see a new person like comment on my video, and just like how the universe works, it was just like that next day, or I think that night, that it happened, and I was just so grateful, and I was just like, that means that my videos are getting out there to the people who actually need to hear this. So if you are new, please feel free to leave any comments down there, and like my video, share my video. I love to have you here in the Star family. We are definitely blessed and highly favored over here, and if you feel like you are blessed and highly favored, definitely join the Star family. I'm so grateful and so happy to have you here. All right, so we're gonna get into these star cards. Yes, spirit, angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please give me my star cards to my star family. What do you need to hear right now? What do my listeners and viewers need to hear right now? Please and thank you. What do my listeners and viewers need to hear right now? All right. So this one says, I will be a magnet for ideas today. Oh my goodness. Let me show you guys. And that is so true because y'all, like, I was just thinking, like, I need some star shit. Like, I want a star shit topic, and I could not think of it. I literally have to go outside and write in my journal, and that's like source. That's like you spending time with source, like, spending time with the divine. And when I tell you, it just came, and I was like, oh shoot, like I have to talk about this. Like this is something I want to share with you guys, and it literally just came to me really quickly. So that's why I say, like, it's so important to spend time in nature and have your quiet moment, because those are where you get the best ideas, and that's directly from source. So yes, you will be a magnet for ideas today by doing what you need to do, like get outside in nature, breathe in some good air, and boom, the ideas will come. So I'm glad, like, that gave me a good start shit of the day, actually, because I was literally kind of like, okay, I don't know what I want to talk about, and I feel like that was just such a great topic to even cover today. So yeah, y'all should do that. Y'all should definitely do the same. I love that card. All right, so what else do my listeners and viewers need to hear right now? Angel, spirits, and spirit guides, please and thank you. What do my listeners and viewers need to hear right now? Ooh, 2 cards came out. Let me try to get that real quick. So the first one that came out is, what has my body accomplished that is impressive? What are some of the loving decisions I make for my health? Ooh, that's a good one. Y'all, what comes to mind right now is when I told y'all, like, me and my brother had to literally move the furniture. Whew, y'all, that was the most that was the most physical help. Like, that was the most physical thing I had to do, like, literally in my life, because those furniture, like, that shit was heavy. Everything was heavy about it. And I'm telling you, I'm moving a big ass couch. Like, I'm moving things made out of glass, the dining table, my vanity, like all these big ass, heavy ass shit that I was moving. And when I tell you, like, I damn near almost passed out. Like, that day, it was just, I was sore for like a few days after doing all of that shit, because y'all know I've been in my divine feminine energy. Okay, we are magnet. Like, that's literally divine feminine energy, like being a magnet for, things and opportunities to come in and stuff like that. That's staying in your divine feminine energy. So me having to pull out my masculine energy, like, that's how like, pulling out your masculine energy is literally for survival, literally. And I was just like, okay, I have to do this shit. Like, it has to be in this garage, so I have to do what I need to do. And when I accomplished that, listen, like, that was like, ooh, look at you, sis. Like, just because you was moving in your divine feminine don't mean you don't got your masculine in your backpack, in your back pocket, so you can do what you need to do when you need to do it. So I felt like I was so accomplished about that. But other than that, like, what I'm very happy about my body. So it says, what has my body accomplished that is impressive? There's so many things, like, going, like, other than that, physical thing, everything doesn't have to be physical when it comes to your body. Like, right now, I've told y'all about me taking, like, fruit and veggie capsules from Juice Plus. Like, if you don't know, like, definitely, head to my Instagram, DM me, and ask me if you're interested or you want to know more about, like, what they stand for and stuff like that. We can message about that. But yeah, like, taking those fruit and veggie capsules, like, y'all, like, I was so grateful for my past self for doing that, because I'm like, something as easy as that, like, and I'm intaking nutrients, straight from the source, that ties on into, like, getting those ideas from source, because it's like, I'm drinking this. And from that, like, I'm not even overeating like my younger self used to do, like, eating out of emotions and stuff like that. And it's so impressive because I'm like, I'm taking these things and it's helping me. And like my skin is looking good. I'm glowing, all of these great things. And I'm just like, I'll be looking at my body like, ooh, you looking good, girl. Like, I'm so proud of you. And then the next question, it says, what are some of the loving decisions I make for my health? I feel like that you already asked that. Like me saying yes to Juice Plus, me saying yes to intaking these fruit and veggie capsules, daily. I'm so grateful that I did that. I made that decision because I already knew I was on that path of like trying to intake more nutrients, because there's a lot of things that I don't go out to the store to go buy. I don't buy beets, I don't buy kale, I don't buy none of these things, and it's just like it takes all of that away and just helps, it puts everything in a capsule for me to just drink it. So yeah, like I'm so grateful that I did that. So if you are interested, definitely hit me up. All my information is down below in the description box. So yeah, like if you want to take a chance and want to better your health, then boom, this is definitely great for you. If not, it's okay. You'll do it when you feel like it's time. The time is right for you and your body. All right. And then the next one that came out, it says, I am a powerful force for positive change. And that is absolutely true. Like, I know I am definitely a powerful force for positive change. And that's why I'm here on earth. Like, I've talked to you guys like so many times about this, and that's why like I know this is my purpose. Like even just the business that I'm aligned with, with Juice Plus, it's all about health. It's all about bettering your health, and that's physically, mentally, and spiritually. It's all on all aspects. And I knew like after quitting my last job, I said like my next opportunity, my next job, it has to be something that I care about. And this, like working with Juice Plus, was literally the next opportunity that I had. So it was like being intentional like that. Like I was so intentional. I was like, I don't care. I'm just not going to work a job until something comes into my lab where it's something that I care about. I cared about. And look, that's how Juice Plus came into my life, because I know like I am a beacon. I am a powerful force for positive change. And by me doing that work on myself, I'm setting that example. I'm literally the blueprint for other people to see and want to do the same thing in their lives, want to make the same changes in their life in order to better their health and everything like that. So you have to feel that like that yourself. You can't keep on consuming, things that are not good for your health. It's just like, do you want to have a longer lifespan, or do you want to like decrease your lifespan daily? You make that decision yourself. All right, so we're going to move on to the affirmation cards. Let's see. Angels, spirit guides, and ancestors. What do my listeners and viewers need to know right now? Please give me any card that my listeners and viewers need to hear right now. Please and thank you. Okay, one more card. Please and thank you. Ooh, here we go. All right, so the first one that came out, it says, today I am compassionate. Today I will reach out and help another person feel better about themselves. I feel like this is something that should be done daily. Like when I tell you, like out of the kindness of my heart, like I have so much compassion for the people that like are in my circle, and I freaking love that. Like I know, because it's like I put myself in their shoes, and I've experienced some of the things, like some of the hardships that they've experienced, and like even just going through life, like sometimes we be feeling like we by ourselves. So just having that in the back of my head, like sometimes I shoot out messages. I'm like, hey, like yesterday I put out a message, and I was just like, to my soul sisters, and I was just like, hey, like, I know we probably going through what we going through, we feeling how we feeling with this Libra new moon, like, all of these emotions are coming up. Like I just want to let you know, like, I am here for you guys. Like, we're going to make it out of here. Like, it always gets tough before it gets better. So, like, so just reaching out and helping somebody else who might be feeling how they're feeling and, like, negatively, and just those words, like, you don't know, like, how those words can help somebody. So, it's like, that's why I try to do that like almost every day. Like, you know, you never know who needs it, or shoot out a heart on Instagram on somebody's post because they look good. Like stuff like that. Like it really lights people up. And I'm all about being compassion, having compassion for one another, and being that compassionate being for others to see, so it can rub off on them. You know, like the world needs more passion, and that's just period, or compassion, I should say, and that's just period. And then this one says, today I feel worthy. Today I will accept all the wonderful things in this life. Period. And that just reminded me of like literally what I just told you guys about, like, you know, T and Coco. And he was just like, I don't think I have enough confidence. I don't have enough faith, you know, in order to jump out of this plane. But it's just like, you are worthy. Like, you are worthy. You have enough confidence. You have enough faith. You should feel worthy, and you should accept all good things that come your way. You know, like jumping out of a plane is not an experience that everybody can, like, you know, go through, you know. And that's even talking on, like, you know, financially too, you feel me? Because it costs money to even get to do that experience. So me just seeing the evolution of his show and how big and grandiose he got, you know, from this blue room to actually doing these kind of challenges where it's in y'all budget in order to do it. So it's like, that was a blessing in itself, you know? So it's just like, you should feel worthy as well. Like, once these good things start happening and these things start coming into your reality, don't feel like that you're not worthy. Like, you shouldn't have these things because of your past or whatever the case may be. You've learned and grow, and you've learned and you grew from all these things that happened in your past. So it's like, look at you now. Like, open your arms and be receptive to the things that are coming into your reality, and be accepted of the things that are coming, because it's all about having acceptance, you know, and being grateful for the things that are coming to fruition, because you deserve it. That's the only reason why it's coming, is because you deserve it, and the divine sees all, and they know that you deserve it. So you have to believe it yourself as well, because you are worthy. All right. And then I pulled out some tarot cards because I was just like, I just want to have an overall energy of this next season that we're all heading to. So literally I broke the deck, and what is up here? The Magician from the last time. So yeah, I want to set that intention where I just want to see what is our next cycle. Like, what is the next thing that we will be heading towards? Let me flip this over. So yeah, angel, spirit, and spirit guides, please give me a card for my listeners and viewers. Like, what is this next overall energy? Oh, y'all. And no, y'all gonna love this. I just wanted to get one card, and this is, y'all, it's the Ten of Cups. If you aren't familiar with tarot, you can even just look at the picture. Look at that abundance, y'all. Like, this is literally the picture of abundance. The Ten of Cups. Look up the tarot meaning of Ten of Cups. Like, you can see, look how they're happy. Look, you and your person and kids. Like, that is a whole family. And when I tell y'all, I know it's literally within my grasp. And that's what I've been feeling like even when I was talking about the, you know, the dragonfly being attached to one another. And I'm just like, yes, I'm getting closer and closer to that finish line, and to everything that will be coming into my reality. This is everything that I want. Look, like, they have everything here. Like, all they're missing is a dog, but I know they have a dog in one of these other ones. But yes, the Ten of Cups is literally abundance. Like, that is coming soon, y'all. Like, y'all have to realize how soon that is coming into our reality. And I know even the people that grew up with me, like, I've already been talking about this abundance, like, and they already see, like, the things, the content that I'm putting out here, the things that are actually happening, and they're witnessing this thing. And I just, sometimes I'll be like, ooh, I want to be like the third person. Like, I want to see from their eyes, like, how it looks, like how I've been doing the things that I said I was going to do. And like, I've been very, very intentional, and I'm literally like so authentic about everything that I'm putting my hands towards, putting my energy towards, and the people are seeing it. And it's just like, people can think it's magic or whatever, but in a sense it is magic, but it's like they don't believe it. They don't believe that that is something that can happen to them. So instead they're on the outside looking in like envious or jealous or whatever. But it's just like, no, baby, you don't have to be jealous. You don't got to be envious. You know, learn from me and, you know, do that to your life. You know, see the things that needs to change in your life and do the actions that need to be done. And boom, you'll be right here with me in a winner circle. You feel me? And we're going to get one more card. This is the Christ cards. Let's see what message comes out today. Angel, spirit guys, give me, I want to get one more card for my listeners and viewers, please and thank you. Can I get one more card for my listeners and viewers? What do they need to hear right now? What do they need to hear right now, please and thank you. Spirit, angels, angel guides, spirit guides, and ancestors. What do my listeners and viewers need to hear right now? All right, so y'all already know I'm definitely keeping my phone closed just in case I need to look up anything. All right, so the first one that came out was this one. So it says, forbearing one another and forgiving one another, if any man have a quarrel against any, even as Christ forgave you, so also do ye, or yea. And that is Colossians 3:13. And let me see. So it says, forbearing one another and forgiving one another. If any man have a quarrel against any, even as Christ forgave you, so also do ye. Okay, I think I understand what this one is saying. So basically what I'm getting from it is that, like, you know how people have, you know, quarrels and stuff like that, but it's just like, it's up to you to forgive them. Like, you know, like, just because Christ forgave you when you were in that moment. Like I told y'all, like even as my younger self, like I was going through, you know, all these kind of emotions, and I was putting negative shit out there, you know, like I was putting a lot of negative stuff out there, mask and comedy and stuff like that. And I would feed into like the negativity. I would feed into like the quarreling against other people. I would feed into like, you know, just that toxic energy. But it's like, you have to be the forgiving person, you know, because Christ forgave you. But say for example you don't, and you're not operating in a forgiving manner, then you're feeding into that. You're letting that other person control, like, you know, your whole like effect on everything. And it's like, you are in control of your own, you know, destiny. You are in control of your own life. So it's like, if you allow somebody else toxic behavior to affect yours, it's just like, okay, you're giving them power. And it's just like, no, nobody should have your power. You hold that power within you. So yeah, and I still want to look it up just to see if that is what it says. So let's see. And I hope I said that right too. Colossians 3:13. I've noticed that I've been getting like a lot of those 3:13, and I seen like, I think I had 2:12 or something like that, like those mirrored numbers as well. So this one says, bear with one another, and if anyone has a complaint against another, forgive each other, just as the Lord has forgiven you, so you also must forgive. And that's just facts. Like, if you walk around and you understand that Christ is within you, and, you know, we all have a piece of Christ within us, it's like, what makes you, you know, different? What makes you the person that cannot forgive if Christ has forgiven you? You feel me? So that's basically what it says. Like, I'll read it one more time. Forbearing one another and forgiving one another, if any man have a quarrel against any, even as Christ forgave you, so also do ye. And Colossians 3:13 once again. But that's what I'm saying, like, because when I tell you, I told y'all a little bit about that as well. Like, I would be the one to think like, okay, nah, like, she did me wrong, you know, this and that. It's up to me to like give, you know, be the karma for her and da 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 da. But it's like, no, it's not up to me. Like, that's on her. Like, I forgive you regardless. And even tying back to like the Cinderella movie, like, and how her stepmom was treating her. Her stepsisters were all treating her terribly, like right up until like she was about to go away and get married to the prince. And all she could say to the stepmom was, I forgive you, because she does not need that weighing her heart down. She does not need that negative energy. Like, all those things that her stepmom did to her, it still didn't have any power on seeping through her heart, because she was still kind. She still had compassion. She was still brave. That was all in her heart. You know, like, she didn't allow the behaviors of her stepmom and her step sisters to sway that, you know, what's already in her. That's already embedded in her. You feel me? So it's like, just forgive people. Like, and that's why I say, people always say, like, you got to forgive, but it's so true. Like, you have to forgive. Like, I'm telling you from experience. Even me as a young person, like, I used to be holding a grudge. Like, I could hold a grudge. My younger self, and I literally just said this the other day too. I was just like, my younger self could literally, she could hold a grudge, okay? Like, I remember any bad thing that somebody did to me, and I will hold a grudge till the end of time. Like, I do not care. But nowadays, it's just like, it's too much energy to do that. Like, it's way too much energy to do that. Like, I would much rather, I would remember everything, obviously, but I forgive you, and it's just like, it is what it is. Like, moving on. Like, you will never have that kind of access to me again, and that's just best at that, you know? Like, but there's still no malice, there's still no hate towards anybody. Like, you, like, we all have an assignment here, and the people that come across your path all have an assignment. So it's like, their assignment was to do whatever they did, you know, whether that was good or bad, but it made you learn. Throughout all those things and all those situations that you come across, these people who give, like, who are given assignments in your life, they played their part. So it's like, why can you be mad when we all signed an agreement for them to play this part in our life? You feel me? So it's like, you have to look at the deeper meaning of stuff. And once I got that, I was just like, you know what, like, I really forgive you, because it's like, at the end of the day, like, you doing that to me, it made me pour back, it made me pour into myself. And that's sometimes, that's a lot of the times, like, why these lessons come. It's like, if you're pouring too much in somebody else and you're forgetting about your own needs, that's when that divine intervention has to come. Like, a lot of these friendships can last, but if your friendship involves, like, you having to pour too much into that other person, the divine is gonna trigger something, or gonna snap their fingers and gonna be like, okay, do what you need to do. That's your assignment. You need to do what you need to do. And that person gonna do it, because it's all energy. It's all energetic. Like, they're gonna wake up one morning and just like, boop, a whole different person, because of the way things were moving. So that is divine intervention in itself. So take that into consideration and forgive the people who have done you wrong, because at the end of the day, like, they're gonna get their karma regardless. And that is their lesson to learn. But you do not need to be in the middle of the karma that they're going to receive, or be the person who has to be there to witness the karma that is being done to them. No, like, you do not need to be there. You just got to know, like, bitch, they getting their karma, because, like, whatever you could do in this physical realm, it's not going to be better than what God can do. You feel me? That's what I need to say. Like, it's not gonna be better than what God can do. You feel me? And it's especially when it comes to karma, because God knows, the divine knows that person's whole being. They know everything that has happened in their life. So it's like, they know what will be that karma for them. You know, you can't know, because we all have our path to live. We all have, you know, what we need to do here. So it's like, just let them get theirs, and you move along your way, learn the lesson that you need to learn from it, and boom, like, change, evolve, and keep learning and growing. All right, and then this one says, but they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. Isaiah 40:31. I like this one. I'm reading one more time, y'all. So it says, but they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. Isaiah 40:31. Y'all, like, what have I already been saying? Like, and that's just period. Like, I already said, this is the preparation stage for me as well. Like, I'm waiting for that sign, like, okay, boom, it's go time. And that's what I'm saying. In this preparation period, it's all about being patient, like having that patient, because in this time you are renewing. Like, it's literally, it's all about building strength. Like, we're in that phase where we are getting the downloads that we need. Like, we're getting those upgrades. So it's like, so we can get every last upgrade that we need to head into our next season. So it's like, you have to be patient. And it says, look, their strength, they shall mount up with wings as eagles. Listen, y'all, like I said, I made an example about, like, us, we should not be around, like, pigeons and stuff like that. Like, no, like, we are literally like falcons. We're like eagles. Like the people, and I'm trying not to say like chosen ones and stuff like that, but low key it is true, because everyone is chosen to be here, but not everyone has that anointing. That's what I'm saying. Not everybody here has that anointing, because we all have our reason to be here. Some people just want to have a normal human experience. Not everybody has that experience, so that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about like the gifted people, like the blessed and highly favored, highly ranked people. You feel me? Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, and it's on some ego shit. It's not on no chicken or no pigeon shit. Like, no, we are not supposed to fit in with the crowd, because we are chosen. And that's just period. Like, people hate to hear, saying like chosen ones and stuff like that. But it's so true. Like, the chosen ones will understand the kind of language that we're speaking, because we're always separated from the rest. We're always in isolation, period. And that's just period. We have to be in isolation, period. So yeah, and then it says, they shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. Period. And that reminded me of when T and Coco, because he was damn near about to faint, and it was just like, no, like, don't be weary, like, don't be afraid. Like, we're good. Like, we are walking in our purpose, period. Like, we are freaking good. We are set. And that's just like, that's already divinely like written in the stars, y'all. Like, nobody can take that from us. And that's just period. And I kind of want to look that up as well, just to see if somebody else says something else about it. And then we're going to close this off. So let's see. So it says, those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint. You feel me? Like, that anointing, like, knowing, like, you are protected, you are divinely guided. Like, we are good, y'all. Like, we will be soaring like eagles. Like, from an eagle's view, like, we see the bigger picture, like, seeing, like, even just watching my channel, like, so you can get these nuggets, these golden little nuggets that I'm throwing to you guys, because I know, like, I am divinely guided. I know I'm definitely a chosen one. I know, like, what I have to do here. I know my freaking purpose, and this is like one of my purposes, to share the knowledge that I received, the wisdom that I have from living many lifetimes and past lives and stuff like that. I'm sharing this with you guys. And I know, like, by having patience, by waiting on God, the divine, to show me when the right timing is, and moving accordingly, baby, I'm set for life. I'm good. But if you're taking things into your own hands, you're taking, like, you say, I want to have karma done onto them, and I'm going to take it into my own hands. That's how you headed to the wrong path. Like, I know, like, by me trying to share with you guys, and so y'all can turn over a new leaf. If you used to be that way, if your younger self used to be that way, and you still haven't learned that lesson, that's what I'm here to do. So yeah, I'm gonna close it off at that. Thank you guys for staying this long. I appreciate all the love that I'm receiving, and I'm so grateful for you guys to join my star family. I hope you guys love it here. I know you'll love it here. And yes, stay flowing, glowing, and growing, my star family. Bye.